Say the Almighty, the Omnipotent, the Omnipresent, we seek your grace, your blessings, your mercy, your forgiveness, your compassion, your love, your strength and fortitude. Give us the strength to follow your guidelines, evolve in this life, and eventually reach our abode. Our salutations and gratitude to the entire Guru Parampara. Om Tat Sat. So we are on the Divine Discourse number 55, Monday the 8th of June 2020, Sharvari Nam Samvatsar, Uttarayan, Grishma Rutu, Jyeshta Mas, Krishna Paksh, Tritiya. So on Saturday we learnt about the waking, dream and deep sleep, where I mentioned to you about the story of King Janaka and Astavakra Muni. So here what we need to understand primarily is these are all variations shown which we practically experience in life. Like we all have the three bodies which we understood, the gross, the subtle and the causal body. And we went into a depth of understanding as to what happens on the death of a jiva. The gross body stays back here, it is cremated, and subsequently the jiva along with the sukshma, that is the subtle, and then the causal body, they move forward by the atana sharir, and they eventually go on to a next birth. So we could understand that yes, there are three different types of body, and I am the jiva. Currently what I know about myself is that I am the jiva. All this is very clear to us so far now. You can type a text if there is any question on this front. As far as we know that we are a jiva, and we know that we have a body, we have a mind, we have an intellect, we are very well aware of all this. Okay, thank you, Chetna. So now what happens? Now here the Upanishads want to drive us to one single point, trying to tell us what is your true nature. That's all the Upanishad is interested only in you. It is not interested in anything else other than you. You have considered yourself to be the jiva, and you are experiencing yourself in your body, mind and your intellect complex, and you also have three states of functioning during the entire day, which is the waking, dream and the deep sleep. Now here what happens? In the deep sleep, and in the dream, and coming back to the waking, there is one common factor which is witnessing all these three states. Waking, to we are very well aware, isn't it? We get to know that yes, it is there. In dream, its grip loses a bit, and in deep sleep, we have completely forgotten everything. Reason being, in deep sleep, there is no mind. So where is that I factor of that jiva, which is giving that constant connect to us, to say that we are this jiva and we are operating through this body, experiencing pleasure, pain, the enjoyment of all the senses. And this I factor being connected to the mind, it is saying, I'm sad, I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm disturbed, I'm revengeful now. All this, being connected with the mind, it says this. And being connected with the intellect, it says, I understand, I don't understand. I feel honored, I feel insulted. And the same ego connected with the Pranamya Kosha, that is your life forces. It says, I'm breathing now, I'm hungry, I'm not hungry, I'm satiated, I'm feeling indigestion, I'm feeling constipation, I'm feeling healthy, unhealthy. All this is the function of the Pranamaya Kosha. So now every point of time, every place you see, there is a connect of this I which is in you with all the parts of your body and mind, intellect, and also with all the states of your functioning. Now when Ashtavakramani asked King Janaka, you are now sitting in the palace and you are experiencing all the pomp and show over here. You are heavily decked. You have your queens who are sitting next to you. You have your ministers. You have your commanders. You have your wealthy public. Now, all this, what you are experiencing now, was it there when you were in the battlefield, facing defeat? It was not there. The king says it was not there. Did you experience that defeat, what you experienced? Have you an understanding of that defeat? King Janaka says, yes, that is the reason I'm so troubled. I felt it so real. I felt it so much happening to me. And then the other aspect of it was when you were in the battlefield, you were experiencing the defeat, you were experiencing the wounds on your body, the pain in your body, the defeat in your mind, the regrets in your heart, a complete lost feeling. And at that point of time, were you aware of the kingdom, the palace, the queens, the ministers, the wealth? Were you aware of that? He says, no. I experienced pain, I experienced myself on the battlefield as a lost person, as a lost king, but I was not aware of what was there there as my kingdom. So then Ashtavakramani says, you are neither this person nor that person. Na ye sach, na wo sach. Both these are only illusory experiences which keep coming and going. But there is one person who is constantly witnessing all these happenings in your life. And that is your true self. Now when we go into much details about this Panchakoshas, you will see everywhere you are connected to each and every part of your body, meaning yourself as a body, as a prana, as a mind, as an intellect, and also through the Anandamaya Kosha. So now let's understand. Using the formula of these Panchakoshas, which we have been very seriously and religiously meditating on a daily basis, this is only to defy the false, negate the wrong in us, and know the truth. The journey is all about driving away ignorance and gaining the supreme knowledge. It is not about knowledge, meaning we are not talking about any secular knowledge over here. Secular knowledge about, say, machines, or about a human body, or about manufacturing a car, or about geography. No, that is all secular knowledge. Here we are talking about that supreme knowledge. And as I have time and again mentioned to you, that this is not everybody's cup of tea, because nowhere this will come to them. Even if it is there with them, they will not be attracted by this. This can happen only when the grace of God showers on you. This is a clear writing in the Vedas and the Upanishads. Don't expect others, don't force others. It will come at the right time when their punya is fortified. So now we are in that process. Now we are going to learn what is my true nature. So through the method of the Panchakoshas, let's move forward. We'll understand through the Panchakoshas what is Atma and Anatma. Atma is your true self, Anatma is not your true self. What is Nitya? What is permanent? What is Anitya? What is temporary? So by these formulas, we'll move forward. Okay. Now for understanding this, the Upanishads come of great help to us. And one of the very likable Upanishad to make us understand this is the Taittiriya Upanishad of the Rig Vedas. So here, how it starts is, it starts using the Arundhati Nyaya. And Nyaya means a method, a logical method, the meaning of Nyaya. What is the logical method they are adopting over here? It is, a good teacher takes a student from where the student is to the place where he wants to take. Like if I have to explain to you, I have to know where you are and start from that place explaining what you do not know, and in the manner what you will get to know appropriately. So I have to frame my words, sentences, and objectives. It is not that I just come and tell you what all I know and go away. That is the reason I was asking for a feedback from all of you as to what you are understanding, what is happening, so that I'm able to connect and redesign and reframe my entire process. So similarly, this Arundhati Nyaya, the logic which is used over here is, like you all must have heard about in South Indian marriages. After the marriage is done, they bring the young bride and the groom outside the marriage hall, and there is a ritual where the Panditji shows a faint star in the sky, which is known as the Arundhati star. Now, why they show that star from the point of view of Arundhati? nakshatra. It has been one of the most successful couple stars, or they are basically couple who have eventually become stars. And the harmony, bliss, the understanding, the compassion, love, what they had for each other has been exemplary, beyond one's imagination. So they take the couple and show the star and say, seek the blessings of the star. Okay. So now that's not our purpose over here, because there is no marriage or anything happening over here. So now let's come to what is our point of understanding. And just for information's sake, I told you all this. While showing the star, what happens is you come out, okay, it's a bright day. As it is, the star is faint and it is day. There is already enough of sunshine over there. Now, if the Purohitji, Panditji, he tells the bride and he lifts his hand and he says, look, there in the sky, he points at a star. And he says, are you able to see that? The bride will not know anything. What are you talking about? You're just pointing out into the sky and say, are you able to see that star? You can't. So then you know what he does? He focuses through a point, like there is a tree there, and that tree has a branch, and that branch has an off branch, and on that branch somewhere you see a flower. So he'll point, do you see this tree? You say yes. Then do you see the branch on the left? Yes. The prominent branch on the left, the longest one? Yes. Do you see a sub branch over there? Yes. And there is one flower over there on the sub branch. Yeah, no other branches have got flowers. Now next to that flower, are you able to see there are about 3 bright stars? The student says, yes, I'm able to see. And so next to that bright star, those 3 bright stars, are you able to see there are 2 not so bright stars? Very, very faint appearance. Can you see that? Just on the top of those 3 bright stars. Now the bride is looking at those 3 stars and slowly she gauges her sight and she says, yes, I'm able to see that star. And there the teacher says, that is the Arundhati Nakshatra. Take her blessings. So the point here was what? His point was not to show the tree. His point was not to show the branch, nor the flower, nor the bright stars. His point was to show only that Arundhati star, which is a role model for couples who have got married, and he wanted to indicate that. In the same way, now this Taittiriya Upanishad, what it does, it takes us from what we know, from what we can understand, what we can perceive, and from there the journey starts. Okay, so come. Now let's understand our true nature using the Panchakosha Viveka Jnana. Okay. What is that we know best about ourselves, which we can very easily identify in us, is our body? Everybody is in agreement with this, isn't it? Because it is something which is gross, which is visible, touchable, smellable also, pinchable. Every aspect of perception you have on the body. So now he says, now let's look at your body first. You consider yourself to be the body. And you say, yes, I am the body. This is my body. Now, here the Upanishads tell us, this is the first sheath or covering we can call about, which is to that real true self, which is in the core. That core thing, what is there inside, it is covered by 5 sheaths. And amongst those 5 sheaths, the first outermost is the Annamaya Kosha, which is the body. And what is this body made up of? This body is made up of food. It's all about what we eat and drink. When it was born with that Panchagni. I told you how these 5 argyas are done. And eventually, the food what we consume, the jiva gets into the food what a male is consuming and becomes the sperm in the male. And that is the 4th oblation. And that sperm is offered as an oblation into the womb of the woman. And there the body construction starts from the unicellular state, where the jiva enters into the woman's womb. And that's the reason the woman is called as a Pratyaksha Brahma on this planet, because she has created or manifested the blueprint of Lord Brahma in terms of giving the shape to a child. So the body is made of that food which was consumed, then semen, then the child, and then while the child is growing in the womb, and after it is born, it grows outside. It is all with the food that it is growing. Day by day it is growing. And eventually, when it dies, it gets back into the shape of these 5 elements after cremation, and it goes back as food back into nature. So Annamaya Kosha is nothing but made of food, survives on food and grows on food, and eventually dies and decays, becomes food. So it is a complete, you can say that it is what we eat and drink, meaning you are nothing but food which is rearranged on a table. It's as simple as that. Now, we are more interested, apart from understanding that yes, it is skin, it is flesh, it is blood, it is bones, all that bone marrow, everything we know. But now I want to understand, why are we knowing so much about the body? I have thought myself, yes, I am the body. What is it that you want to tell me here? The first point, what we want to tell here is, there is an operating principle to understand this theory. What is the theory now? There is something in you which is changeless, which never changes. And there is something which changes. The second point is, there is something in you which is the knower, who knows the changes, and that which is known, which means it is seen. So these are the 2 prime operating principles. Now, using that principle, let us see how this body qualifies under which category and in what manner. First, we'll take the principle of it changes or not. The body, you were a small baby when you were born. Maybe you don't remember when you were 3 months or 6 months or 9 months, 1 year. You don't remember all that. You may best remember when you were about 3 or 4 years old. Very fade memories at that point of time, because your ego and your memory is still not developed to that extent. Then you became, from a small baby, you became a little kid, then a young boy and girl, then a young man and woman, middle-aged, and so on. All along, what is happening? Your body is continuously changing. But here the striking factor is, don't you feel that whatever be the shape and size of your body and condition of your body, don't you feel that you are the same person? This is the point to catch. There was once a sage who says, his name is Vajaspati Mishra, he says, once I was a little boy playing on the lap of my grandfather. Now I have my grandchild playing on my lap. That is the tremendous change of a body which one can experience in one's lifetime. Recently, there was an alumni of the 10th passers, 10th standard passers, and they are meeting after, I think, almost 35, 37 years or so, close to 40 years. Now they say, yes, let's meet, because now with this Facebook and all, you are able to really, by the name, you can pick up people wherever they're on the globe. So they all decided, come on, let's meet. But then you are seeing somebody after 38 or 40 years. How will you recognize that person? You may know his name, but you will not recognize him, isn't it? So at that point of time, a clever thing what they did was, they said, take your photograph of your 10th standard, whatever was there while we passed out, print on a t-shirt and write your name below, and you wear that t-shirt. That was a very clever thing. So the moment you see what you're seeing, you know the name, because you remember, yes, I had a friend by so-and-so name. And then the moment you see the photograph on that t-shirt, you'll recognize along with the name that, yes, this was the person. And then you will see the real face of that person now, after 38, 40 years. Can you ever imagine what was the change which has happened? So the body is like that. It constantly changes, but whatever be the change, there is one constant factor within yourself, that you are the same person. Now the second point, the drashta and the drishya, meaning the knower and the known. Don't you feel that you know your body and you are the knower, and that the body is the known? How? You experience pain in the body, you experience pleasure in the body. All that is to your experience. If you see in the true sense, you're completely aware what all is happening in your body. And you feel, I am that person. When I was so and so years of age, that time I had so and so experience. And thereafter I had this experience. And thereafter I had this experience in the body. All that is the drishya, meaning the seen. It is an object. And you are the seer, which is constantly the same person. Experiences keep changing, the body keeps changing, but the observer of both these is the same. And now look at another striking point. This is a third aspect which is taken to understand, is the body is jada. At one point of time, by itself, do you feel that the body has got any energy of its own? At one point of time when it dies, what happens? It is inert. So it dies. And till that time, on what was it functioning? It was functioning on that consciousness present within that body. So this body is jada, inert, and you, as the person who is seeing that body all the time, you are that chetana, that sentiency factor which drives the body from moment to moment, from second to second. The moment this Chaitanya Shakti comes out, this body is flat. So this is the third principle. They say, look, you are not the body. All these are giving you enough understanding as to, are you getting it? That although we have out of ignorance understood it is I am the body, but now with these factors, do you see that there is something different from the body which is observing the body with all these factors I have said? I just need your feedback on this. What I have told so far, is it giving you somewhere that feeling? Yes, there is some change. I know that I am a different person than the body with all the points what we just now discussed. Okay. I'll use another point to put some more trust on this or impetus on this. Now, you believe in the theory of karma. Now, this theory of karma, what does it say? That you get a life based on the karmas done in the past. If you have done really good karmas, then the Karan Sharir gives you a body of that kind, suitable based on your karmas and also based on your vasanas. Correct? This we have understood. Now, when you are experiencing the good or the bad effects of karma of a body which was done in the past, which means you as an individual, you were there then and you are there now also. But what happened? Your body went on changing. Very interesting fact. From the, let's say in your previous birth, whatever body you had, you have done some good karmas. And as a result, now you have meritoriously come into this life and you are now on the path of spirituality, which is the highest endeavor for a human being. We discussed about the 9 blessings. So which means what? This body which is there now, which is getting the impact or the result of that benefit of the past karma, which was of another body, has come now, which means you, the person, are the same and both those bodies are different. So this again drives you to a point to show that you are not the body, you are the one who is seeing your body. You know, now if you get another life, this body will go, another body will come. But you as a person, you will not change. So the inference here is, the first one, you are able to see all this clearly. So you are the drashta. Where you are clearly, you know, I can see my body, I can feel my body. You are the drashta. And this body continuously changes. The observation of all these changes is also being very clearly visible by you. And then you know that, yes, I am the Chetana Shakti in this body, and this body is Jada. How do you say that this body is Jada? Just look at your palm, and now you are looking at your palm. Is the palm looking at you? Wouldn't it be very weird if the palm is looking at you? The palm is inert. Only on your directions and strength, you have opened your palm, you have kept in front of you, and you are looking at your palm. Otherwise, it has got no strength of its own. So you are that Chetana, and the palm is Jada, which means the body. And taking the principle of the karma, you existed in your previous body, and you are existing now in the current body. And from here onwards, if you have another life ahead, you will be existing in that life as well as another body. So the inference of all this is to make you understand that we are not the body. We are somebody else other than that in this body, who is observing this body and who has the same feeling of that same person, irrespective whether you are a 3-year-old baby or you are a 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old person, whatever is your age. At no point you feel you are different. If you were that, then you should not feel the difference. Then you should be different persons at different point of time, isn't it? How can you say that you are the same person? So this is where we conclude that the body is an instrument in the hands of that person which is you, the jiva, and who is the observer, the knower, and the drashta of this body. So likewise, we will take the rest of the koshas. We'll dissect each and every kosha. Now next is the life forces, the pranamaya. We'll understand what all is happening in pranamaya. How do you say that I feel okay, if I'm not the body, then I must be the prana? Let us see that. And go deeper and deeper and see what my true self is. The whole purpose of spirituality is to understand your true self. As Lord has said, by ignorance I have made you understand that you are the body and the mind. He says, I have made you understand that. That is ignorance. Now I am giving you knowledge. I am telling you how to change the default setting in you. Keep doing that. Varsha, what are you saying? If you and Atman, what is that? Okay, now I'm done. I'll come to Q&A. Before going to the meditation, we'll just take up this point quickly. Please understand this properly. This is one of the very, very key aspects to knowing your true self. Hello?
If you and Atma are the same in your previous life and this life also, then how don't you remember any memory of your previous life?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the construct of the jiva is that the memory will be lost along with the passing away of the jiva. Only your impressions are there. Otherwise, what will happen? Imagine you are not sitting on one life. You are sitting on millions and billions of lives. If all that was there accessible to you, what would have happened? Don't you remove all these unnecessary pics and messages and data in your mobile?
Yes.
Why do we do that? Because it is unnecessarily clouding your mobile, isn't it? Taking the capacity.
Yes, to remove the clutter. Yeah.
Clutter. So many lives in the previous lives, you don't. God has also felt that. What do I do if I give him the memory of, say, not one or two? Let's say he gives you about 1,000 lives. Can you manage that?
No.
You can't manage that because you are not able to manage a single life itself with the memories of the past. Huh? So in that context, he does not give the memory. He cuts it off. He only gives you the impression. Because you as a jiva, if you have done something good, he will say, okay, keep doing that. I will give you a life which will allow you to do that good. Keep doing that. If you have
So,
done, if you...
Yeah. So as per this, that jiva or memory goes away with your sthula sharir. That proves that sthula and subtle sharir, they are not permanent.
So sthula sharir
subtle sharir made up of your buddhi or memory or isn't it?
Yeah, it is in your memory.
Yes, okay.
And they finally transfer whatever memory, that is all transferred as samskar and vasanas.
Yes.
Only that basic thing is kept. See, it's a fantastic way how God has created. He has kept that contour of yours. That contour of your personality, He has kept that. So and He will give you a life accordingly.
So we say that our karma is measured somewhere, but we come in a new life as a blank slate to start over again.
As far as
as far as the memory and your previous memory is concerned. That's
only all. Memory is concerned, you come as a blank slate.
Yes, but the karma comes with you.
You are a product of your previous karma, which is coming in the form of your prarabdha.
Yes.
And as a gift to you, you have the purushartha facility in this life. Where out of whatever situation comes, whether you drown yourself or you ride over over the situation, is out of your purushartha, and that is known as kriyamana karma. And that kriyamana karma can also give you the benefit immediately in the current life, and some is carried over to the sanchita karma to be for the next lives in process.
True. Thank you Asa.
Anybody else has a question? Hello.
Hi. So what is the difference between vasana and sanskar?
Sanskar, okay. Good question. See, now you have done a karma. It's known as an action.
Okay.
Now this karma as an action, it first leaves an impression. Okay. An impression which you have, let's say you can call it as that one single impression of what you have done as an action remains there. Now when you repeatedly do those actions, the same actions, you have, let's say you have shared a cup of coffee and you liked it. So there is in your mind, that experience of having a cup of coffee at so and so place was good. And now you will say, when can I repeat it again? And you will again repeat it. You will again repeat it. So the more you do these repetitions, that becomes a solid block. And that is put in your sharir. So these are, how do you see people who are addicted to drinking, smoking? It is not a one of several all these kinds of things. So they want to enjoy that again and again. If you're made, you can use different colors. Just use that ink and use that ink. But it is what it is. If it is a coffee, the samskar impression, and if you have converted the samskar into a vasana, it becomes a block for experiencing lives.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Nikki. Hello. Yeah, Kamini?
No, sorry, you were not clear. I could not understand the answer to that question. I could not hear it.
Acha, you could not hear it.
Okay. So later, if you can send me a message.
See, under the recording you can see. Otherwise, I'll clarify again. Not an issue. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Sheila ji is asking, it is not a blank state as per chapter 2 verse 22. Your sound reception is not good now. It's not a blank state as per the memory goes. Memory goes verse 22. I didn't understand this, Sheila ji. Yeah. You're not able to come on Q&A? Sound is not clear. Oh God. How is it with everybody else? Is it problem at my end then? Okay, you could not hear. Okay. Everybody else could hear? Or it's only 2 or 3 who did not hear? Others have heard it properly? I just want to make sure that it is a problem at my end or independently. Sound is not clear when you are on a call from someone. Okay. Okay, we couldn't hear. Answer was not clear. Okay, let me see. Let's listen to the recording. If the recording is not clear, then I'll answer this again tomorrow. Okay? Fair enough. Okay. Right. Anyway, I would like to tell you at this point. Am I clear now? Am I clear now? Okay. So we'll start the meditation. Right. Thank you. Now for your understanding, we have been working on coming on to YouTube. So probably in a week or two, we will be all logging on to the YouTube directly. So the quality of voice is much better over there. Then the recording will remain on the YouTube for you to access at every given point of time on a continuous basis. So we are working on that, and that's taking some good shape. Because here we are seeing there are some technical disturbances though. So in that context, we are now moving the platform from this freeconference.com to YouTube. Yeah. But there we have an issue with respect to there is no Q&A facility over there. So for that we will use the WhatsApp facility, and I'll tell you how to go about it. Okay. Manisha ma'am has a question. I'll quickly take that.
Vasu, you're talking
hello,
about... Yeah, hello Vasu. You are talking about YouTube, Vasu.
Yeah, YouTube,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, there is this other app which has come up, Jai Namaste, Say Namaste, by your person who was with Arman.
Yeah, correct. I know that.
If we can connect up with that or something like that, then we can have these question answer sessions straight away.
Let me try that, ma'am.
You can find out. You could find out.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Hari Om.
God bless you. Bye.